everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would set aside some time to set up my bullet journal for November, mainly because I didn't really do a spread for October. It was just random boxes with like the days of the week on. Very boring. I wasn't excited of using my journal last month. So this month I definitely wanted to put a little bit more time and effort into my spread. So I'm going with the obvious leaves because why not? They're easy to draw, I like drawing them, and it is kind of autumn themed still. So now moving on and creating my monthly page. So I'm just going to be drawing out the calendar basically, and if you wanted to know, my squares for each day are 6 squares by 6 squares, and then I've just left a kind of oblong shape at the top where I'm going to write November. I am going to be using watercolors. They dry really quickly, and I like how with watercolor it's kind of like an ombre effect depending on how much water or how much paint you have on your brush. So I'm just dipping into all the autumn colors because they're my favorite colors anyway, and I'm just putting some little swatches, which is obviously where I'm going to be writing the dates. I've set aside some space down at the bottom so I can just write down things that, you know, I want to have done this month, but there isn't really a date that I need to have it done for. I just want to get it done. So I'm going to be writing those down at the bottom. And then lastly, on the edge here, I just drew out some leaves and I'm painting them in watercolor. Once I had finished painting them, everything always looks better when you outline it in black. I don't know why, it just finishes it off nicely. So I'm going to be using, this is the Zebra 0.7 I think the size is, and it's the rapid dry ink, so once you've drawn it on the paper there's no smudging it or anything. I probably could draw them out in pen and then paint, but I'm just used to painting and then outlining afterwards. But you probably could get away with doing it the other way with this pen because it's amazing. So I'm just finishing off the bottom with a few lines. I'm not making them all the same colour because, like I said, I like the ombre effect. And this is how my monthly page turned out. So for my next page, now don't come for me in the comments, I am making a kind of Christmas prep list or Crimbo prep list. This is because in November I do start certain things ready for Christmas. I just like to be prepared. Okay, so here, instead of just writing it down, I thought I would paint a few doodles on the page just to make it look a little bit more nice, I guess. But the things that I always like to do or like to start in November is definitely my Christmas box. I have a big box basically, and I do write on my box like, don't eat anything, don't touch this, because my children, well, and my fiance will just eat everything. But I like to start putting things in there like the matchmakers, the after 8 mints that we have after dinner at Christmas, and just lots of Christmassy snacks and things that I like to put in the box. We also take a family Christmas photo that we then put onto a Christmas card for our family. And then lastly, I always make my own Christmas decorations. I've always done it. I just love being crafty. So I want to think of some DIY ideas. Also, if you guys would like to see any Christmas DIYs, let me know down in the comments or give the video a thumbs up, because I would happily kind of film what I'm making this year and share it with you. And then lastly, on the other page, I just drew like a little speech bubble and put saw this and thought of you. In case I pick any presents up for anyone this November, I can jot it down here and I won't forget. This just helps me kind of prepare ready for Christmas instead of like getting to December and just sheer panic. I usually include a quote in every spread. Well, I didn't last month. Like I said, it was boring. I couldn't find one that I liked, so I decided to go with this Japanese word that I'm probably not going to say correctly, but it actually means the sunlight that filters through the leaves of the trees, and I just thought that was really nice, so I decided to add that with some leaves at the bottom. And then moving on to my weekly spreads, I decided, as you can see, to doodle some leaves and kind of autumny things. Well, they're circles. They're not really things. There's leaves and circles on here. But I decided to kind of have a chunk in the middle of each week, which I'm going to be decorating with leaves and autumny colours. And then on the sides, I'm going to be having the days of the week. I've also decided this month, instead of having Saturday and Sunday separately, I'm actually putting them together and just putting weekend. Because a lot of times I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that at the weekend. And I never know, do I put that in the Saturday or the Sunday? And this way I haven't got to worry about it. I just write it down under this weekend. But I'm just using the similar colours to the leaves that I drew in the middle as the little paint swatches to write the days of the week on. And then I'm setting up the rest of the weeks pretty much the same. They're just going to be having different leaves or different colours, but still autumny. I know that the camera angles are a little bit questionable, even like from the top view. It feels like it's not right when I'm looking at it. That's just because I took down my filming setup when I started my full-time job, because obviously I wasn't having time to film, and I've just kind of makeshift it. If you could see, it was dangerous. Like, my camera could have broken so many times. I've got it balanced on things and all sorts. But I'm sorry if the kind of angles are a little bit off in this video. Once I'd finished all of the weeks, my spread was done, so here's a quick flip through. I actually really loved how it turned out. All the autumn colours are really nice and warm, and I just really like those colours anyway, and it just makes me happy. So now I'm excited to use my bullet journal through November, because last month, I don't think I really used it because I just didn't want to open it. But this gives me something pretty to look at. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you give me a thumbs up. Also, if you are new to my channel, then please do subscribe. Oh, I forgot to say, I was listening to this music on YouTube. It's amazing. But I managed to do this whole spread, including moving the camera around, in just over an hour. So very quick. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will speak to you next time. Bye guys.